Well, we're progressing nicely. Just got a bit more detail to put in the cockpit, because then we've worked out the other part. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay. Way down the bowels, there's one, and the other one is there, and that one there too. So both bottom ones, so 3 out of 4 aren't working. If I can get 3 out of 4 working, then I might be at an advantage. You got to get them both at the same time. I'm telling them to sit for a little bit. Let's have a crack at that with a little bit of... Let's fix up some things. Now, which one goes where? Yeah, I think that one goes there. Right, undercarriage door number 2. Behind number 2 we have. Down the center of the fuselage. Making sure to get them in the right Beautiful. you're there. Come on, just stay upright. Beautiful. Oh, bugger it. I'm playing. I might as well put it back on so I can knock it off again later. Yeah. Okay, we've been having a little bit of fun with the cockpit. Seeing I pulled it apart, I thought I might as well play with it a bit. So let's get a focus in there. We've got some wiring run through, which is come from a bit of research on that side, and also some wiring and some handset pieces there, which I'll put coloured knobs on the end of, and some more switches and stuff down through there. I will be painting the unit now. That is going to, right there in the middle, above that little cross section, there will be a seat goes on there, which is obviously I think was wood, so that's going on there. The floor in this unit is higher than it should be based on Revel. Oh no, who is it? Who put this one together? I'll fire anything. So again, its floor level is wrong. It should be down another third of what you see in there again. So that's I've put in some more wiring, some switches, pieces, some more switches that do belong down beside the pilot, and there's a piece just there between the switch, if you look between the switch and the joystick, that goes up against the side of that mount. It's a tube that's a big part of it too that belongs in the thing. So all in all, bit of fun, bit of new stuff. And that, what I'll do is I'll mask all this off, all the cockpit area I'll mask it off. Even I will mask off what is the very nice detail on the panel, instrument panel there, but we'll fix that. Let's see what happens when I do that. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, so I'll put a bit of masking tape across the face of that. I'm going to paint this whole thing a grey green. This is like olive drab green, so incorrect. So that and that chair is part of the floor system, which should be an independent swivelling chair based on where the floor should be. So that gives you an idea of how sort of wrong the basis is. But give that a coat of paint, touch up the dials and the nozzles, and put the gun back in, and then the canopy on it, and we should be looking rather neat in there, just as a bit of fun and toying around. Well, there we have it, all masked up and painted. I'm going to grab this a little bit and see what we can do with it. So, change it down to a greyish green. I can't do anything there. Let's have that. Put focus in. Yeah, so a bit of a greyish green instead of the olive drab. I just need to get in there with a paintbrush and go black and yellow and a bit of other stuff, and put that other piece in there. So where is it? It's 10. Alright, so that's the other side. All done in, so I need to put a little bit of black and white dot and put knobs on those handles and pull all this stuff apart. So next job and that, and I'm happy with that. Now I might even attack the engine. There's a couple of lines there and an oil knob that needs to go on the top. We'll just give them a clean up. A clean up. I like that. They sort of look realistic, and the holes in the exhaust came through, so I need to paint those, and we're doing good. Right, we've had a bit of a stir up in the back seat and a slight adjustment of things in the front seat. Front seat now with buttons and bells and bows. Back there, that there seat for putting ammunition into the guns that are underneath, but because the floor's in the wrong spot you can't see that. The electrical wires all painted in, the cartridge casings there, more electrical wire running through some switches and some pieces, all worn in, and there we currently have it. So now it's the great time, seatbelt time. And going into this is the seat belts that I've got here, which I'll use also for another ME110 that I've got, or Bf110 if you're going to get it right, that I've got. So I'll use half of this because it says it's for 2 aircraft. Alright, we've had success with the infamous seatbelt construction. Oh, my fun that is. Oh, I love it. Not. But there you go. We got the rear-facing seat covered. The seat that you use to reload the undersided machine gun or cannon. We have the pilot seat. And, yep. All done, all covered off, well done. Wonderful. So the cockpit itself again, with buttons and new pieces, we've got that done as well. I've put a wash on this enamel stuff, and I'll turn the light around a little bit more, but it's stuck a bit. So you can see there on the tail, which is when I did the underneath part, the fabric part, so it's really collected in on that. Done exceptionally well on the sides there. Let's see if we can close in on that. Yeah, even though those panel lines are raised, it's kicked in quite nicely with that. I'm not going to change the crackle on the decals because that's just too much. It's about restoring it to some sort of. I've put a panel wash from the panel line accent colours on those from the Tamiya collection, and also then I did a panel wash from the what was it, the flory stuff. I do the flory stuff, and again worked it beautifully on the fabric sides. Dirtied up the panels that I have there. The engine, again with 2 types of accent lines and flory wash. Across that lovely bit of cockpit stuff that I've done, and you can see that it's really stuck. This is the first time I've actually had some success with the flory going over the thing, and it dirtied it down, and that's. But you can see anyway the detail of the flory wash. It's brought it up nicely. It's got rid of that pristine coloration that I had. So next task will be to get that right back to there. That's good. I'll take that back out. The next thing will be to stick the canopies back together on that, throw some cord on the aerials, and call it quits. And I think that's looking better and it's looking used, so that's what it's about. Okay, we got that sort of appreciation on. That's all right. And one, we need to put a little plate. Focus. There's a little plate on that hinge there so that that top piece drops down nicely. As is the same with this one here where the gunner sits. So we need to make a little piece that'll fit that and lock that into place. Other than that, that's looking quite good. Lines are great, positions well, all brings in nicely, and those side panels move, and that's all we need. Here we go, one canopy. Geez, you can even see the seatbelts through the front windscreen. On, all the way to the gunner's hole at the back. All good. See all the seat belts, see all the gear through the thing, which is pretty good. Fixed the cannon or machine gun coming out through the front. I've just got to give it a coat of black, and we'll go down the side here and have a look at the dirt that's on the windscreens, but you can see through there as we saw before, and the machine gun out the back. So all I've got to do now is run some wire off that to the tail like that, and basically we're done. So we'll be doing some screenshots of this one very shortly. That's up. They drop down from the side. One cockpit, a little white patch. I'll fill that in with a bit of green paint, green grey that I use for the cockpit, so that'll be sweet. Done. Looking like a new one. Alright, and a quick hit, we've got the wires connected to the tails. One running into that one, as you can see, and he's made across the way. Just got to trim that one in, and we shall call this a completed aircraft. And, yeah, updated. Looking like a used one, which is what it should look like, especially considering I put all that silver blasted scratch marks and wear on it when I first kicked off 40 years ago. So, yep, done. Righto, there she is, and there we have it. One completed, rebuilt, redesigned Messerschmitt Bf110. What have we done? We've not done too much actually to the external parts, except dulled it down and weathered it. So it's come up pretty good. Now, weathering wise, did dull down and with a florrie wash, a black florrie wash across the top, and that's the first plane that it's actually stuck to the paint to some degree, which is good. Again, the wash is stuck. We've got some grease and grime on the caps there, and as I said, I'll leave those to their own devices there. And go back to the underneath sort of view, and yeah, I've dulled the blue out of it. Oops. Rightio, we get a good view into the rear gunner's compartment with the rear door open, and you can just make out the extra seat that I put in. Coming up, you can see the extra seat through there. The lines are in. Now the open cockpit. Fly around that side there, and the instruments we saw before, which are all still there, which didn't get affected by the repainting of all the interior. Those and the extra gun that was broken off, so that's been redone as well. And that lovely Wasp or Hornet, probably what the Germans might refer to it, but there you go. A little bit of engine work there, not much. The exhaust pipe holes and the extra piece on the top of the engine, and a bit of piping. But all in all, all good fun. A little bit of learning curve, a good bit of practice there to see if we can get down that hole. Yeah. Good bit of practice there for the stuff I'm going to have to do when I start building these from the go out of the box. And here we have him. Thanks for going with this one. It's an impressive plane. It really is. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching.